with Pai Mei?
Yes, Pai Mei. I'm not going to disagree with Pai Mei.
Questo l'ho già visto. Anni fa.
Va bene, facciamo questa cosa e basta. Lavoriamo in coppia per chiudere il caso e poi mai più insieme.
Ci sto.
You said that working with Jodie Foster was like going to see Pai Mei.
Yeah, no, seriously.
You learned the 5-point exploding heart technique.
You know, she has a 5-point heart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you do. And it's the one phrase, just learn how to relax. You know what I mean? Don't take things so seriously. That goes across the board. Like, you know, there's things out of your control that it helped me so much. And I don't think that you realize how much that, like, even just seeing how you moved in your territory, it was like Pai Mei. Like, you had the whole 5-fingered punch thing.
So that's the thing. I'm going to look that up.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the words night country and the mood of the show made me think about Goya when he said the sleep of reason produces monsters. What does it mean, night country, to you?
Well, there's questions about it in the show, you know. We're in the night country now. You know, what does that mean? I guess for me it means that we're in the darkness of the soul. And we're at a place, and especially for Kali's character, where she has to continually choose between two sides, the light and the dark, between her two cultures, between the living and the dead. Oh, wow, I'm talking about your character. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But it really is, you know, for me, that's what that is, this that there's a country, there's a place that is inhabited by the night. Yeah.
Do you agree with Pai Mei?
Yes, Pai Mei. I'm not going to disagree with Pai Mei. No, it's definitely the dark part of the soul. It's the literal dark country, night country is when that region, part of the country is dark for such a long period of time, and they have to go through the darkness and kind of come to the light. So I definitely, but that's what it means to me for this show. And it's not just the main characters, it's everybody involved. Everybody is in their own individual night country, but all together in their night country as well.
And I want to talk a little bit about the ending,
Okay.
without giving spoilers. But could we say that here the humblest find the truth? And again, the ending made me think about Lord of the Rings when Galadriel says, even the smallest person in the world can change the course of the future.
Yes.
Do you really believe that it's possible?
Absolutely. And in this case, I don't want to spoil anything. A lot of it is about the power of community. Which has been devalued in some ways. You know, we think of power and heroism as being a singular act, one hero. And in Native cultures, it's so much about collaboration with the land, collaboration with the gods, collaboration with each other in creating these communities. And just, well, because you've seen the end, there's something really beautiful about the fact that the clues for who did it have always been there, but they were invisible to us because we didn't pay attention, because they weren't valued to us, and the audience has to feel a culpability there, you know, has to acknowledge that they were blind to the people that have been there all along.
Yeah, that's exactly, again, with the invisibility. No, seriously, it is, without spoiling it, like Jodie said, the answers are pretty much right in front of you, but the invisibility allowed for justice to be served.
Yeah.
Scientists are supposed to know better, but in this show, when it comes to how they treat women, there's no difference between them and less educated men.
Right.
So there can be hope if even education isn't enough.
Well, I have thoughts about that because my son's a scientist, and so we're always having lots of scientific conversations, and I had to apologize that, scientists don't come off very well in this film. But I don't think it's about scientists. I think it's about ego. I think it's about man's ego of saying, like, I could get something from the earth, or I could find something that would make me immortal, that would make me famous, that would, that would bring immortality to mankind. That's a kind of hubris that is really connected to Greek tragedy. So it isn't really about science. I think it's about ego.
I would agree too, and as well as the act was committed in a very human, very primitive way. I mean, they weren't scientists at that point.
Yeah,
It just was
just
like
human beings.
Yeah, the human beings, and I don't think it had anything to do with education or science. It was just in that moment, their education kicked in and their intelligence kicked in after the fact, and they're like, oh, wow, oh, this is not so. It's interesting to see how how scientists are portrayed in this, but they're just human beings reacting. They reacted. It wasn't a well thought out plan at all.
The ending is open to many interpretations. I want to know yours. No spoilers, but what does it mean to you?
Oh, the last images, you mean?
Yes.
What do you think?
I would think that it makes a lot of sense no matter where you think both of these characters end up at the end, that the last shot is exactly, no matter what you believe, rational, logical, spiritual, supernatural, where you think Danvers ends up, where you think Navarro ends up, the very last shot makes so much sense. A lot of sense, without spoiling it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a logic kind of like science person, rational person, so I take it literally. But I also understand the way the framing was, the fact that it was from behind. There's I think what we come to understand is that they both have a destiny that connects, and Navarro's destiny is to have one foot in each world and to never be able to choose one over the other. She's always coming back and always having to go back and forth, and that Danvers is a kind of an anchor. Is like, I will be here for you. I will be here when you come back, and I will be here when you go. That I now have opened to my fear that the person that I loved is never coming back. I trust that you will come back.
Okay, thank you so much. I love the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.